moving on to why would he say that? And I feel like even though I should stay away from this guy, I think he's kind of the perfect why would he say that in regards to Team Tuesdays, because Nick Wright is one of the current faces of sports media, for better or for worse, and generally it's for worse. And there's a bunch of things you could go every single week, but I do want to, I want to ask other fans how they feel about this. And that is the idea that Nick Wright wants to make NFL discourse the same as NBA discourse, at least when it pertains to his team. So Nick Wright, who's obviously a Chiefs fan, and that's fine. You're allowed to be a fan of whoever you want. I don't begrudge that. I don't even begrudge him being clearly, obviously, a hater / disliking the other teams of the division, because I do the same thing. I don't like the other teams in the AFC West, and I don't hide it. I do wish he was a little more honest in regards to, oh, yeah, I don't like these other three teams, and so my opinions and some of my takes, are swayed by that. But I think what's worse is when it comes to regular season NFL games, the one thing we don't want to do is turn them into NBA regular season games. We don't want it to be, oh, that was a big win. Oh, but it's one of 82. And can you do it in the playoffs? Because that has turned the NBA into, as far as being consumed media-wise, a really lackluster product. When we just diminished a 50-point game in the middle of the regular season against another top-tier player, and that being a big moment, and that being something we celebrated. I talked about this a bunch, where we have celebrated Steph versus OKC in the regular season. That's one of Steph's biggest moments. It's one of his biggest shots that just pull up a little bit past half court, boom. When Kobe and LeBron used to go for 50-plus in the Garden, those are big moments. Melo versus LeBron, those are big moments. Those were celebrated. The Bills winning, and I get it, the Bills are a little bit of it's unfortunate, but a little bit of okay, we want to see you do it in the playoffs, because we've seen you beat the Chiefs almost every single regular season and then falter in the playoffs. But that shouldn't take away from, there's a reason why 30 million people watched that game. It was a big game. Let's not turn it into, oh, Bills beat the Chiefs, who cares? Okay, move on, because we all just know when it comes time for the playoffs, it's just Patrick Mahomes. When Brady had his run at the start of his career, we didn't knock the Steelers and go, okay, well, the Steelers are irrelevant. We didn't knock at that time the Broncos are still really good. Didn't go, okay, well, the Broncos are relevant because Brady's winning the Super Bowls. We didn't knock the Colts and Peyton Manning, who had ascended into starting to become a perennial MVP. Yeah, Brady went on a fantastic, started his playoff career, 8-0? First two Super Bowls? But then even after that, and this is the next era of Mahomes that just we don't want to acknowledge, and Nick especially doesn't want to acknowledge, which, again, I get. If my favorite team was winning every Super Bowl, I probably wouldn't want to acknowledge it either. But the reality is, at some point, because this is how sports work, when there's a salary cap and when there's competitive balance and guys get older, at some point the Chiefs just don't win every Super Bowl. But having the mentality that they will win every single Super Bowl, the fact that they will just win every single big game, and you diminish the regular season, that takes away from what makes football amazing. Football is urgency, because we've only got 17 of them. And the Chiefs need some urgency. They would be out of the playoffs if the playoffs started today, which I heard yesterday him say, I don't care about that stuff. Then you shouldn't be allowed to use it in your analysis. Because I watch a lot of First Things First. Again, I watch a lot of First Things First. I watch Colin Coward. I watch a lot of First Take. I watch a lot of ESPN, Get Up ESPN. I don't watch Get Up Barstool. I refuse. But I watch a lot, and I mean a lot, of sports media. I check in on Bill Simmons. I check in, on Rich Eisen. I watch a lot of this stuff. Again, I watch all this stuff so that you guys don't have to, because there's a lot of bullshit out there, and there's a lot of really wild things said on a day-to-day basis. But all of the analysis he uses for everybody else that he just says does not matter and does not partake to the Chiefs, especially if I want to get a bit off, a gimmick off, or I just want to get on the camera and just bold-faced lie to everybody because I need to take credit for what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing because that is my claim to fame, and I'm going to go down with this burning ship. Don't turn NFL regular season games into NBA regular season games. We care about NFL regular season games. We care about Mahomes Allen every year. We care about Lamar Mahomes. Like, these are big games. These are exciting games. We cared about Lions Chiefs. We care about Lions Packers. Like, these are big games. Don't just turn it into, it doesn't matter unless you do it in the playoffs. Because Mahomes, to his credit, his playoff resume is out of here, and it's so far better than everybody else actively playing. But that's one guy. And again, we didn't just go, Brady's record is so out of here, everybody else doesn't matter. When Ben got a ring, that mattered. Brady still had 3. There wasn't a competition between Brady and Ben Roethlisberger as far as who had the better playoff resume. It was Brady had 3. Oh, Ben's got 1. Oh, look, the Steelers are really good. Oh, the Steelers are great. They just won the championship. Then Peyton got 1. And it wasn't Peyton's only got 1 versus Brady's got 3, and Peyton's got all these low light in the playoffs. Don't let him do this to people that are listening. And I think most people understand and have maybe this is unfair. I just don't think many people listen to Nick Wright and think he is accurate or logical. I think they just think he's funny. And I think that they think that his show, which is very, very well done. I've spoke very highly of First Things First, even though I spoke yesterday about, I do think they are very uninclusive of a lot of other fan bases, but I don't think people are listening to Nick Wright for good actual analysis. I think they just listen to him because either A, they want to see the Chiefs lose and him be miserable, which is why First Things First highest ever episode was the Super Bowl they got blown out against Tampa. Or they just listen to him because, again, they think the show is well done and funny, which is what I do. The show is very well done and very funny. But don't let Nick Wright try to turn the NFL season into the NBA season as far as media coverage. Regular season games still matter. They're still important. We still, 30 plus million of us, get up and go watch it. It's the reality. I mean, if you want to be a part of one of the coolest, most unique communities, don't forget to like and subscribe.